Hey, loser.
What are you doing here, midget?
We don't want you here anymore.
Get out of here, loser.
Stop it! Shut up!
Surprise, midget.
Leave me alone.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Kick his ass?
Show that wimp no mercy.
Please, stop it.
You see, that's the difference between us, Paul. I face my problems head-on. And you? You run away from them, cowering in fear, like a little pussy. All because you can't bring yourself to face the consequences of your actions. Goodbye, Paul. And remember, you only have yourself to blame for this.
No, I'm not going back. I'm never going back. It was just another nightmare.
Every night I'm going on the grid, texting back, I want you, hit you up, I'm on the other side, I miss you, take you off, I came in way too strong, cannot keep it low.
After we get our food, let's check out the Spirit Games.
Yeah, sure. That sounds like fun. Is that Paul over there? I wonder if he's feeling okay. He's been spending so much time by himself during lunch. And in English class, it seems like he's off in his own world or something. And he barely says more than a few words to me when I go talk to him.
Could be he's not getting enough sleep. Maybe he's an insomniac.
I suppose it's possible. But it just seems like he's been that way ever since school started. And that was a little over a month ago.
You think maybe those two kids who harassed him before might have started bothering him again?
Brianna and Mason? No, I don't think that's it. He and Mason pretty much buried the hatchet after that whole thing was over. And if Brianna was causing trouble again, I think he would have said something to me by now. There has to be something else that's bugging him.
Why don't you go talk to him?
I think I will. You don't mind?
No, of course not, Jess. I mean, from what you tell me, he seems comfortable confiding in you more than anyone. Go on. I'm gonna go and track down Dennis. We'll be watching the games.
Thanks, Jason. It shouldn't be too long. I'll join you guys in a bit.
Cool.
Hey Paul, what's up?
Not now, Jessica.
The Spirit Games are about to start. Wanna come and see them with us? I'm even thinking of participating.
No. I just want to be alone right now.
What's bothering you, Paul?
Nothing. You can go ahead and enjoy watching the Spirit Games.
I'll do that later. But right now, I can see that something's clearly bothering you, and I want to help.
I said it's nothing. Look, I appreciate everything you do. Especially when you help me with Mason and Brianna. But right now I don't need your help. You can't expect to be able to help all the time. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap like that. Please, just leave me alone. I don't want to talk about it. And, I don't think you can help me either. But, I appreciate you offering though.
Paul, just hear me out. I know you might think it's not anything important, and doesn't need to be discussed. But whatever it is, it's obviously affecting you. Or maybe I'm way off base here. And you probably just feel bad because you lost your new video game or something. But even so, I'd still like to at least help you feel better. After all, that's what friends do, right?
You're right, Jessica. Something is bothering me. And, I haven't been completely honest with you about Wilfred Heights.
What do you mean?
Well, I've been having these nightmares lately. And I think I know why.
What are the nightmares about?
Well, It usually starts out with me walking through a hallway at school. And then a bunch of people crowd around me. And they just start calling me names, and insulting me, and even attacking me. But last night, Brianna was there, taking part in it too. And Mason was with her.
Mason was tormenting you too? But aren't you guys cool now?
Yeah. But he wasn't tormenting me. In fact, he was the only one who wasn't. He just stood there, looking down at me with this kind of sad, guilty look. And then suddenly, I heard this voice. I couldn't tell if it was coming from inside my head or what. But I heard it very clearly. It was him.
Who's him?
Well, it's a long story. And I don't want to keep you away from the spirit games. I'll tell you later.
No, it's okay, Paul. I would like to hear it now. That is, if you're up for telling it.
Okay. I guess the best way to do it is to start from the beginning. It was 3 years ago. I was starting 6th grade at a new school, with my best friends at the time, Simon.
So, new school, new friends, new adventures. I'm really looking forward to it all.
Yeah. I mean, school isn't exactly the most fun place in the world. But I'm glad you're here to get through it with me.
Ha. If you're looking for someone to survive the education system with, I'm not exactly the best choice.
Haha. Well, if you aren't the best choice, then I suppose you're better than the best.
Well, if you're done complimenting me on my awesomeness, I believe we have a school to get to.
Right. Let's get going. I guess this is our front door. I remember it was a pretty good first day for me and Simon. We had a couple classes together, we had some cool teachers, we hung out at lunch together, talked about video games, stuff like that. And I remember thinking, 6th grade might be my best year yet. After the final bell rang, I waited for Simon, so we could walk home together.
Hey Paul, ready to split?
Yup. So, pretty good day?
Yes. I mean, aside from that one kid in math class, my day was pretty great.
What did the kid in math class do?
You don't want to know.
So we continued walking home. And all of a sudden, someone walked up behind us, completely catching us off guard. When we turned around, there was about 4 older boys, just standing there, looking down at us. Simon and I just stood there, not really knowing what to do. And I remember thinking that one of the boys stood out from the rest. He was the tallest and thinnest one, and his clothes and face were all dirty. I don't know what it was about that guy. I just knew that there was a real sense of dread hanging in the air.
Can we, help you?
I just want a moment of your time, if possible.
Listen, if you and your gang of bullies think you're gonna threaten us, we're not gonna take it. Any of it.
I'll be quiet.
And at what point have I attempted to threaten you and your friend? I merely asked for a moment of your time, and your cooperation would be greatly appreciated.
What is it then?
So, the reason we stopped you is because I've already spoken to every new student, except for the 2 of you. And I know you would like nothing more than to leave right now. And believe me, so would I. So, let's get this over with. My name is Rufus. And I'm here at this school to watch you, to guide you, to protect you.
What do you mean?
I am not finished talking. Do not interrupt me. Now then, if you ever see me, you are not to approach me unless I ask you to. You are not to speak to me unless I speak to you first. I prefer to remain undisturbed, with only the company of my trusted companions. Do you understand?
Yes.
Will you comply?
Look, I just...
Yes or no?
Yes.
Sure. Why not?
Very well.
Simon and I just walked home in silence after that. We didn't talk at all about what had just happened. At least, not until the next day at school. You're not actually afraid of that guy, are you?
Well, I mean, he's like twice our size. He was a rather large backup, and he could be this senseless at any moment. I have every right to be afraid. Look, for our own safety, I say we stay as far away from him as possible. He clearly doesn't want to be bothered.
So, you're just gonna let him have his way then? We don't even know this guy, and he comes up to us, acting all important, demanding that we stay away from him. Like he matters more than us.
Believe me, as much as I hate the idea, he does hold power over us. And there's literally nothing we can do about it without getting into trouble. Look, I know it's hard, but maybe it'll be better if we just ignore him and move on with our lives. If it makes you feel any better, I can ask around. Find out if he's genuine or not. How's that sound?
So Simon swallowed his fear, and went up to two older boys, to see what he could find out about Rufus. I watched from our table as he talked with them. I couldn't hear what they were saying, but from the way the other two guys reacted, it looked like they knew about Rufus too. They didn't talk for very long, and they quickly left the cafeteria after that. So Simon came back to our table. So, what did they say?
Just that he was kind of intimidating, but still a quote-unquote great guy, and that nobody really knew much about him.
That's because they're all too scared to ask.
Don't jump to conclusions, Paul. Appearances can be deceiving. Plus, it's only our second day here.
Then all of a sudden, a commotion broke out in the cafeteria.
I said, give me your money, now.
No, please.
Did you just say no to me?
Paul, let's get out of here.
Let him go.